first thing that I thought was a little bit bizarre reading through the report was in paragraph 3.5, where it makes specific reference to wanting to pursue this to be able to take advantage of the opportunities presented by the Pride in Place funding. Now, as we should all know, the Offence Department in Conway County Borough Council will not have any control over that funding. The Pride in Place funding and how it's allocated is a decision around or for the Pride in Place Neighbourhood Board, which I know local members, myself, I think councillors Louise Emery, Tom Montgomery, Mandy Hawkins and Angie O'Grady recently met with senior officers and the leader to discuss how that board will be put together and appointed. The fact is, it doesn't exist yet. So it's a little bit bizarre that this council is putting in an application for something to take advantage of opportunities that this council cannot take advantage of, and the body that would be taking advantage of it yet hasn't been created, so it hasn't been able to say whether or not they'd like to pursue this. I mean, I think it's a little bit bizarre. Have we magically decided as a council what the Pride in Place Neighbourhood Board is going to do? Perhaps there's suggestions that the membership of that board has already been handpicked and lined up by members of this council. The list of roads as well, I thought was frankly bizarre. One road mentioned is Dale Road. Now, Dale Road, best estimate on my part, is around 110 yards long. The roads at either end of it, West Parade and Great Ormes Road, are both prohibited streets. So we know that street trading cannot take place on either those roads or within 50 yards of them. So that means the first 50 yards each end of Dale Road will remain prohibited effectively if this council follows its own policy. So you're looking at, allowing street trading to take place within a 10-yard patch of Dale Road. I'm not really sure that's practical. I mean, what if you have an ice cream van or another vehicle? I mean, is it going to fit within that 10-yard space? I think that's frankly a little bit bizarre as well. I think there's also a wider point about consultation as well. Now, I know I've been in touch with Mr. Donnelly, as have other local members, about the lack of consultation around this, and I understand that we're saying this will go out for consultation, but it follows, I think, a really sad pattern around how this council's looked to take forward the Pride in Place funding, where local members have not been adequately consulted with. I know local members from Llandudno were recently given 14 hours to respond and provide comments or a report. We should normally have 10 working days. It is unacceptable. Members of this committee will know that we also review our street trading policy once every 3 years. We did a full, thorough review of this just under a year ago, 364 days ago, and there was no appetite for any significant change there. And I'd also point out Dale Road again. We reviewed the street trading designation on that in July 2025. Members decided not to introduce a change then either. So it feels as if this has all been sprung upon us. I'm not really sure what the agenda is, but without knowing any more, it's not one that I am prepared to support, and I don't think my residents will either. The one road on the list I would have some sympathy with is Happy Valley Road. Members will know that there's been refurbishment work done on the colonnades, which are alongside that road and provide a venue for outdoor markets, etc. And you currently couldn't have those going forward with that prohibited street status on Happy Valley Road. So I can understand consulting on the change for that, but otherwise I don't really understand where this council's coming from with consulting on this frankly random and bizarre mix of roads. It would be wrong of me also to touch on the point around Prince Edward Square being involved, and I've had a resident approach me saying that they'd be very concerned about us having street trading in close proximity to a war memorial. So I appreciate you've already had a proposal. So I don't know if you want to deal with that first, but I would quite happily propose that we go out to consultation on Happy Valley Road only, and every single other road in Appendix A is scrapped. Thank you, Chair.